10 most protected people in the world. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing to my channel and click that little bell notification below. Why would a person need to be protected? Yeah, there can be many reasons. The most obvious two are either people can hurt that person, or that person can hurt people. However, some people like celebrities, royalty, and political officials even have a right to keep personal protection officers. This is to protect them from kidnappings and assassinations. So, let's see some of these highly protected people in the world. Number 10. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were the world's most protected couple until they renounced their royal status. At the time, the security team in charge of the couple's protection included over 1,000 able-bodied and highly skilled personnel who dedicated their working hours to the couple's protection. Approximately $8.7 million was spent on securing the couple, as well as all of the wedding guests during their wedding. Although they no longer have the extreme protection they once had, they are not like every other conventional couple. They are still well guarded. Number 9. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mayweather is not only one of the greatest boxers of all time, but also one of the world's most protected people. His security is so strict that he is now known as the most protected athlete. To begin with, Mayweather is extremely wealthy, so he has more than sufficient money to spend on personal security. He is able to remain unharmed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by spending millions of dollars on security. Moreover, he leads a luxurious lifestyle, choosing to wear watches worth millions of dollars and continuing to drive some of the world's most expensive automobiles. So there's no denying that such a person requires this level of protection. Number 8. Mohammed bin Salman. The Arab leader Mohammed bin Salman is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, the world's largest oil producer. He's not only a prince, but he is also the president of the Council for Economic and Development Affairs, the country's deputy prime minister, the president of the Council for Political and Security Affairs, and the Minister of Defense. In recent years, he has spent more than $20 billion on military equipment. He is a leader famous for assassinating anyone who criticizes his government internally or externally. For this reason, and partly because Saudi Arabia already has many enemies, it is clear that he is one of the most protected individuals on the planet, possibly even more than his father, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Number 7. Mark Zuckerberg. Mark may appear to be a fairly simple subject who is not a fan of the luxuries of capitalism, but his security is something he does not take lightly, especially considering that he spends approximately $9 million per year on his safety. More than $30 million has been spent on security systems, guards, and private planes since 2015. He is rarely seen in public, but when he is always surrounded by multiple bodyguards. These bodyguards are sometimes called the Zuckerberg Secret Police. Some rumors suggest that this security team is made up of 16 full-time guards who work shifts at all times. These expenses are very necessary today because this social network has been engaged in multiple scandals for using their companies to obtain information from people all over the world in an unethical way, for which the firm has presented threats, lawsuits, and other legal actions. Number 6. Queen Elizabeth II. Having a queen was a treasured treasure and priceless in the British tradition, especially since she was one of the longest-serving monarchs. So, she had one of the world's most powerful security teams. The famous Queen's Guard, known for their spectacular marching performances, black helmets, red uniforms, and steadfast guard duty, was their most visible and famous line of defense. But their assault guns were no toys. The Royal Protection Squad, also known as the Storlin York Elite Squad, was formed in 1983 to provide 24-hour security for His Majesty. It is said to consist of up to 185 people who have been trained by the Special Air Service and were in charge of protecting the Queen. Besides this, she had covert security guards who followed her around at all times and had keys, procedures, and secret signals that they pass on if she was in danger. Number 5. Xi Jinping. It's not surprising that China's leader is well protected. He and other communist gathering leaders are being closely monitored by the Main Security Bureau, a large elite guard unit that is still a closely guarded secret. His Excellency Wang Xiaojun, the most visible leader today, was given the title High Post when he attended a White House banquet in 2015, as his name was written in a subtle way on the official guest list. Although there is no official data on how many times Xi Jinping's life has been threatened, he is said to be the most attacked man in the world. This is not surprising given that China is both the most populous and poorest country on the planet. Today, the Secret Security Force uses helicopter drones to protect China's leader, and they also have a cybersecurity team. Number 4. Pope Francis. Pope Francis is both the Bishop of Rome and the world's ex officio leader. As the head of the Catholic Church, and like the president of a country, he requires maximum protection, not only from the angels in heaven. The Pope lives in Vatican City, a city-state near Rome, Italy, which is probably one of the most heavily fortified cities in the world. Even as you walk through the streets, you can see all of the stoic guards wearing antiquated armor and carrying equally antiquated spears. That's right, the Pope is being guarded by spears. But don't be fooled. These armored guards are actually a high-end military force comprised of top ex-Swiss soldiers capable of subduing a threat in seconds. Aside from the spears, they have a fine collection of firearms hidden away in case of emergency. The Swiss Guard has been in existence for over 500 years, making it the world's oldest military force. When it was officially founded by Pope Julius II in 1506, the Guard was actually a mercenary force that is still renowned to this day. Number 3. Kim Jong-Un. Kim Jong-un, the Supreme Commander, aka North Korean dictator, has proven to be an interesting character over the years. North Korea is one of the most tightly controlled societies on the planet, and its leader has unimaginable security. During his visit to Singapore, a video of the North Korean president followed closely by several members of his Secret Service in a perfectly coordinated trot was released. He not only has a few super soldiers watching his back, but he also has his own army, which is estimated to number between 100,000 and 120,000 men. This elite unit is known as the Supreme Guard Command, and it essentially serves as Kim's highly trained personal army, which is entirely dependent on him. Number 2. Donald Trump. Donald Trump was more than a one-time president of one of the world's most powerful countries. He is also a billionaire with hundreds of businesses around the world, and his net worth is estimated to be around $2.5 billion. With this wealth and his love of security, he was able to make the list of the world's most protected people. United States Congress budgeted $120 million for the president and his family's security for 1 year in 2017. The Secret Service is the elite unit in charge of protecting the president's integrity. We're talking about over 7,000 elements who are perfectly coordinated and ready for any circumstance that threatens the life of the American president. Trump was transported to the limousine known as the Beast, which is the safest vehicle on the planet, far superior to a war tank. When Trump travels to other countries, he used Air Force One, which is also the safest presidential plane on the planet and is guarded by 2 heavily armed F-35 combat forces. And number 1, of course, Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is not only Russia's president, he is also the most powerful person on the planet, and he possesses the world's largest arsenal of nuclear weapons, which adds to his importance and thus his personal security. The Russian government, like China, is steadfast in withholding information about this elite agency that protects the Russian president and his family. In fact, there is no data on their operational processes, and only a few reports are available to the public. It is so undisclosed that most things can only be assumed. But keeping Putin alive for so many years in the presidency demonstrates to us that they are doing very well. He is widely regarded as the most protected man in the world. Well, that's it, guys. What's your opinion on this protection? If you enjoyed watching the video, please help us to grow our channel and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification to Wealthy Kingdom. Thanks for watching.